it was very rare that it was a circumstance where he physically held me down and forced me. It was usually a lot more of a manipulation than physical force. A lot of times I got things like silent treatment or verbal threats, or sometimes some of the worst moments are just when they're treating you like less of a person. I remember one day specifically being in bed. This was kind of towards the end of our relationship, if I remember correctly too, and I remember this moment where I was sitting on top and my face was turned away because he didn't want to look at my face. And I remember realizing that I was frozen. I didn't even notice that I had no expression on my face. I wasn't making any sound. I wasn't putting in any effort. I was just there. I was literally a shell of a person just there. And I realized in that moment, I didn't want to be there anymore, but I didn't feel that I had the choice to stop. And I think I even tried to sort of move away, tried to break off for a second, and he pulled me right back down, didn't let me get away. And I just sat there, and that's what rape looks like to a lot of people.
For me, I lost my virginity while I was asleep, and that's not okay. So in my stand-up, I would say, if she's asleep, that's a no. Just hoping that a couple of guys would see that and it be met in that moment and say, oh, no, this is a no. I heard it somewhere. I didn't consent. We hadn't discussed it. We weren't there in our relationship. We weren't at that moment. And we talked about things, you know. He was my boyfriend. Yeah. I loved him. I had to comfort him. I also felt really angry, which was something it was just a feeling I had. I felt really angry at him. And it's like a rage that has stayed with me. I don't think you lose that.
Anytime that somebody manipulates you, gaslights you, guilt trips you, exploits you in any way sexually, this is what we call sexual coercion. That you don't want to perform any sort of sexual intimacy or engagement with that person, but you feel like you have to because this person's behavior is going to be any of those things that I just listed. When you are tired and you say no, you should say no once, not 25 times over an hour. For my own personal experience, I used to have to repeatedly say no, 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 no. Well, this person completely disregarded my boundaries, didn't listen, continued to grope, continued to grab, continued to push until I would get so tired that I would pretend that I was asleep just to get it over with because I just didn't have it in me anymore to fight the bullying and the coercion. This behavior is 100% not okay. Ever.